Did you see you were right about why Valkyrae doesn't do her collabs? Well, I'm right about everything, so, but no, I didn't. Hold on.
The main point that happened this past week. So obviously, it's nothing I never want to admit this, but it really affected me over the years. Like all the hate, all of the, like, oh, you're too old for this, you suck, start a family. It actually did get to me, admittedly.
Boy, that's so sad.
Yeah,
I hate that.
It fucked me up, even though I don't want it to. It has,
no.
because
Again,
because I start thinking like, you're right. What am I doing? And it's like, oh man, like
you're living your
but this is like
life.
my career.
Wait, how many fucking podcasts does Lily have? Is this the same one, or is this Valkyrie's podcast, or?
Like I'm having
this.
I like this. And so I realized, especially in the past few years, because I'm 34 now, I've tried to avoid situations where age might become the topic. And so, for example, I was supposed to do a collab with Your Rage, and it was supposed to be an IRL stream as one-on-one, but I asked, I was like, hey, can we do like a gaming thing with a group, do it in a group? And so we did Mario Party with Extra Emily and Leslie, and it was really fun, it was awesome, it was fun. I was also supposed to go to the Philippines with Jason the Ween, and it was like a one-on-one thing, and I realized, I was like, man, I just like don't want an IRL stream, like I actually just want to stay home and be comfortable, so I ended up canceling.
Holy shit, I mind read all these people, okay? I'm in everybody's mind. I'm in everybody's brain, okay?
And also the scheduling didn't work out anyways. But and then there's this beautiful 19-year-old, just incredible creator. She can sing, gorgeous. Her name is Iona. And we've been talking for a while about collabing. I didn't want to do an IRL stream, but I also wanted to like plan something that'd be appropriate. And the way I worded it on stream, it came off as if I didn't want to collab with her because she was 19, which is just simply not true. We were planning things. I think that she's so talented. I want to be someone that younger streamers can look up to and that I can help raise up. Oh God, I wish. I'm just a poorly spoken person. Okay. That's a lot of fucking trauma. And I feel like I'm also too open for my own good, honestly. But yeah. But at the end of the day, I realized I think I've been putting it off so long because I don't want to admit that I had a problem. Like I didn't want to leave Twitter because I didn't want them to win, like push me off. You know what I mean? Which is really stupid at the end of the day because like it really is just a small bubble. It's like the worst people in the world.
Bubble, and their entire thing is to click farm and Poke and etc.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get a therapist. I've got one. I'm gonna actually get off Twitter. I need to stop explaining myself, and I'm just gonna freaking show love to the people that deserve it. I know I've said this before. I relapse sometimes, but yeah, like it's fucked up.
I know that like it's easy for me to say this, and it's a bit of a selfish request, I guess. But like, well, no, because I do this. I wish that people could like take a hit to kind of like move things a little bit different culturally. You know, like there is a lot of pressure on women related to age. There's a lot of pressure for them to look and act younger. But like you could just buck that trend a bit. Like you will get hate for it, obviously, and it will be annoying to deal with. But like you also signal to the world that it's okay to, have a podcast or stream or be an older woman and it's not like the end of the world or whatever, But when you do stuff like this, when you let people bully you around so much, you kind of, whether you want to or not, you're kind of reinforcing those trends, which is unfortunate, but yeah.
What do you mean? Like you're giving them power by letting
not giving them power, but you're asserting when you support the status quo, or when you adhere to the status quo, in a way you support the status quo. So if you're nervous about appearing on stream, without as much makeup or with a younger person, because people are gonna make fun of your age, in a way you're reinforcing that idea of like, yeah, like the age is really important,
But she's also like insecure about it. So.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. She's kind of insecure about it, kind of, but she's also kind of right about it as well. Like people do judge women much, much, much more harshly on age. So 100%. Like, so you can say that, like, I don't know, like, would you say...
No one cares how old Dr. Disrespect is.
Yeah, kind of. I just don't know. Let's say that a whole bunch of people were going to the beach and there was a guy who was like 300 pounds and he didn't want to go shirtless because he thought everybody would make fun of him for being really fat. Like, would you say that guy is like insecure?
Would I say he's insecure?
Because I feel like when we say insecure, I feel like there is a heavy connotation of insecurity as being at least partially unjustified. So like if somebody has like when we think of like imposter syndrome or whatever, like, oh, like this person showed up at this party and they're insecure about the way they look, but they look fine, Like I feel like that's a common follow-up. I feel like insecurity usually implies some level of delusion or some level of like not accurately assessing where the person is. Not like 100%, but I feel like to some extent.
I hear what you're saying, but I think if a fat guy was at a beach without a shirt, I think he would feel insecure. I think that would be the right word.
What if the feeling is just that like, because what if the guy's like, oh, I just don't really want people like talking about my body, so I'm just gonna wear a shirt. Take
I don't
two
think
people.
I would call that insecure.
Yeah. Take people like two people the same way. One guy's like, I'm really worried that if I go shirtless, people are gonna make fun of the way that I look, so I think I'm just gonna wear a shirt. You've got that guy.
That's insecure to me.
Yeah, and then the other guy is like, I don't really want. I just don't want people talking about my body. I'm just gonna wear a shirt so people don't look at it.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't call that insecurity. I would call that something else, but I don't know what the word is off the top of my dome.
It's still insecure because realistically no one gives a fuck about the fat dude at the beach. He's scared about a social reaction that won't happen. I mean, it will depend. Sure, whatever. It depends on the situation, but
I would say that's like fucking anxiety.
well, I mean, yeah, you could use other words to describe it as well, but
Yeah. No, I understand what you're saying though.
the reasoning might be rooted in insecurity, though. No, I don't know. I feel like insecure implies some level of not good engagement with the world, rather than like, I don't know. I feel like there is a slight connotation with that. If I knew there was like a room full of girls and all of these girls were like, I'm only going to date a guy that's 6 feet tall. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother talking to these people because they clearly, like, I'm not tall enough for these people. Like, would I consider that like an insecurity?
I'd say you're just being realistic.
Yeah, well, no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, realistic,
No,
right?
yeah,
so when
I know
Valkyrae
what you're
says,
saying. Yeah,
like,
okay,
well, if
yeah.
I do a stream with like a younger girl, it's going to be a whole bunch of comments about age and all this bullshit. Like, that's realistic. There will be.
She is being realistic.
Yeah, there will
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, I don't know. If lookism is real, then 1,000% people give a fuck about other people's bodies. LOL, clavicular is at least 20% right. Sure.